We are there to protect them from the hoodlums who want to seize every opportunity to cause carnage or chaos. Those are the ones we are after. But the average Nigerian that is peaceful and goes about his electoral or the mandate to go and to go and vote, those people have nothing to fear from us. We are fully prepared to protect them in ensuring that the voting goes smoothly.
Well, Nigeria 2015 here on China's television. A quick one here from INEC here in Lagos. Saying its attention has been drawn to rumors making the rounds that the commission in the state intends to delay the governorship and state assembly elections slated for today, April the 11th, till Sunday, April 12th. And also that teachers of the state schools will be used to replace the core members in the forthcoming elections to disenfranchise non-indigents. Well, INEC is saying they want to state here clearly that the rumors are callous, unfounded, and malicious. The commission in the state wants to assure Lagosians that everything is set for the smooth takeoff of the elections today, and that there is no intention by the commission to delay the electoral process. The commission hereby warns the peddlers of these rumors to desist from acts that are capable of disrupting the peace of the state. Lagosians are therefore advised to come out in their numbers on Saturday, that is today, to elect their leaders of their choice. This particular one is signed by Ijoma Okeigokwe, the head of Department of Voter Education and Publicity of INEC here in Lagos. And we'll also be going to Abuja studios to welcome Ambassador Ayo Adigun. He's an election observer and former Nigerian ambassador to Liberia to this particular discussion. Well, as soon as it's up, he will join us. Dr. Naji, you were... Oh, there we have him. Ambassador Adigun, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, it's good to have you join us again. This is the last lap of the elections for the year. How does it feel to be back again to look at this process?
Good morning, Suleiman.
Yeah, good morning. Well, I said this is the last process of the election for the year. No, I think he's having a bit, well, as soon as that is sorted out, Ambassador, I think we'll get back to you. I see you, letting us know that you can't really hear us now. Dr. Naji, you were on the issue that we were talking about then, and maybe we should just let you wrap up on that.
Yes, I think I was talking about
the issue of trust.
The issue of trust, yes. If you observe that what happened in the at the polling booth or whatever was what eventually emerged even on a sheet of paper, even though that not the statutory document, you will trust that whenever they are transcribing it to the statutory document, that they will do the correct thing. Although ab initio, the correct thing ought to have been done. But because of the level of enlightenment of those involved, that they follow the process, and those who are operating the system know the level of enlightenment of those who are monitoring the process, they wouldn't want to play any monkey business. So I think that is a factor. But it's very important that all the necessary materials must accompany, they call it sensitive materials, must accompany the other ones, or even come timeously for the election to take place without any let or hindrance.
But again, if you look at it, well, we'll talk about trust and trying to douse tension, assuage the fears of the people, just as INEC in Lagos has just done with that particular release. It is very, very important that we do all of that. Otherwise, people might just misread and, well, in the absence of nothing, people can feed lies into that space. Morgan, tell us more on that.
You see, there have been so many irregularities and anomalies in past elections that whatever INEC or anybody can do to bring light and transparency into the system is welcome. When I voted in the first election, where I voted, the INEC officials came out and they said, look, this is the number of people that have been accredited. You know, this is these are the ballot papers and everything. They showed everything. They made everything. They made us feel at ease. You know, they made us understand that they were going to do their job professionally, and there would be no question. There would be no question whatsoever about any hanky-panky. And you know, we lined up in an orderly fashion. We voted, and most of us left. We didn't have to stay to fight or secure our votes or whatever, because we just trusted that they were doing the right thing. So whatever it takes, you know, sometimes you have to bend the law a little bit. Like they say that Caesar's wife not only has to be good, she has to be seen to be so. I don't quite remember how it goes. But the point is that whatever INEC can do, even if they have to bend the rules a little bit, to reassure the public, because in the past we've had all sorts, you know. So I think I think in light of these, eventually democracy will take root. I'm very excited today because we are on the way, and the interest in this election has never been seen before, at least since the start of this republic. And we eventually will get to the point we was talking about, where you come in and vote and go about your normal duties and all that. You know, but to get to that point, we have to do what we're doing now.
Well, did we see any kind of win in publicity leading up to this particular election? Recall that we're talking about voter education, and most of the voided votes in this particular election were unprecedented. Number of voters went there to cast their ballot. At the end of the day, they were invalid votes, wasted. So did we do enough as a people, as an electoral umpire, and even political parties, to sensitize the people and educate them on what to do on a day like this?
If there is anything that the political parties failed to do very well, it was voter education. They were more interested in abusing themselves and raising the tempo in the polity than going specific on, if you are putting your finger thumb printing, make sure you do it within the confines of this space. Depersonalize it. Don't say it is your party or whatever. Even many of them didn't even say, if you are voting for us, put it here. They just make it a general statement. If you see this symbol of the party, thumb print there. But they didn't know that or recall that thumb printing could cross the border. And from what we could see, even some of the villages, the village voters voted for parties that did not field any candidate. All these things were wasted. And they could have added up for a particular party or candidate for that matter. So within the space between the presidential election and the date where campaigns were to cease for gubernatorial, there was some effort, but not much, because these things cost money. And it appears some of them, some of the gladiators were running short of fuel, or time, whichever, but I think, or both. So there was perhaps not so much that could have been done within that period. Even though these were things observed, they did not do more spirited effort in that regard to obviate what we had in the last outing. But I believe INEC, one way or the other, made some smattering effort, and we just hope. The only risk there is that most of these things happen more in the city. In the villages, they don't have light, or they don't have television to watch, and so the level of education, the media to reach them, may not have been appropriately deployed. So the problem again might resurface. So that's my fear in those areas.
Would you say it's that level of education or information given out that appeared to affect the number of people that came out to vote?
You mean this time around?
No, I mean the last election. And do you think it will continue that way in this election?
A lot of people will come out. Much more number of people will come out this election. But the important thing is, the man who is grabbing from the basin and putting in his pocket, is the pocket leaking? You understand? It's a waste. If you have deprived others who were entitled to grab from the basin, like a basin of rice, and you are pouring it in your pocket